Hi, this is Reverend Andrew Bozeman. It's Monday, February 5th, and we're here today, or today and tomorrow, a couple of days, to talk about the Chinese finger trap. Now, the Chinese finger trap, as you can see on the screen, is a woke designed to frustrate you. You put your fingers into the tube on each end, and then you pull. I just turned it on. And then you pull, and your finger gets squeezed by the tube, and the harder you pull on the tube is to get your fingers back. In fact, it's impossible, which can be very frustrating. And for some people who have never experienced before, it can lead to a panic attack. So that's what we're going to talk about today. How that little game, that little straw thing will affect your life. How it illustrates your life. How you can learn a lesson, a life lesson from that little straw tube. Please click on the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already done so, please choose to subscribe. And remember that I would love to have your thoughts and comments. If you would simply use the chat box on the right side of the screen if you're looking at this live. That is, if you're looking at this show on Monday, February 15th at 3 p.m. Otherwise, if you're looking at it at any other time, then you're watching it in replay, so the chat box is not available, so use the comment section below the video. Okay, so back to the finger puzzle. All right, this finger puzzle, as I said, can have some application to life, to your life. When you're trying to pull your fingers out of the trap, it causes the trap to tighten, and the harder you pull, the tighter it gets. Now, as I said, for those who experience this for the first time in their lives, they may sometimes feel growing frustration with their failure to break through. Some have even been known to go into panic attacks. But the answer is simple, very simple. Just relax. Just relax. So let's step back and think about how life is like a Chinese finger trap. The trap is designed to punish resistance. The more you fight it, the more it clamps down on you. It's the same in life, it's the same in pain. The more you fight against it, the more you try to push the pain away, the more you fight against injustice, or the more you fight it against discrimination or unfairness. The more you fight against it, it seems to increase. The pressure seems to increase. And actually, the reason for this is very simple. It's based in science. It comes down to Isaac Newton and his third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So what that means, for every time you push against something, it's going to push back. For instance, when you sit in a chair, your body pushes the chair down. So in reaction, the chair pushes back to give you that support. I learned that when one of the things that I learned in life, in dealing with the pain that I had to deal with a lot, was that particular law of motion about pushback. You see, I had tension headaches. One of the things I had to deal with on an almost daily basis was tension headaches. That's because I was always, or most of the time, in the state of stress. You see, doing my black person in the room. So as a result, everything I did was judged as an example of the behavior patterns of black people. So if I came into the meeting poorly prepared, it was a validation of the stereotype that black people were lazy and unprofessional. Or if I displayed irritation or anger during a meeting, it was validation that black people were always angry. So even though I had a reputation for being calm, professional, and proactive, inside I was sitting on top of a pressure cooker that was sometimes holding back a nuclear explosion. So the effect on my body was devastating. I had to deal with with a daily tension headache. I can remember part of my daily diet, this is part of my daily diet, was 2 Anacin tablets. Now, Anacin at the time was the strongest painkiller I could buy over the counter. 2 Anacin tablets that I would wash down with a couple of Alka-Seltzer in water as a chaser. That combination proved effective at keeping the pain suppressed for a few hours, but the pain always came back. But fortunately, one day, I heard about a process called biofeedback. That turned my life. It was you would have electronic sensors attached to different parts of your body, your fingers, your head, and the machine would generate a signal, computer, sometimes to a speaker, and you could also hear what was going on. There would be a sound attached to it, changes in the screen and in the sound. And at the same time that the patient was adjusting their mental state to relax the body, the level of pain the patient would learn to adjust their mind using that sound as a guide until the pain is either significantly reduced. After the patient learns what it takes to mentally remove the pain using feedback from the machine, then they began to train their body and their mind without the machine. Now, they learned that people who were used to meditating were able to accomplish this feat of killing off the pain in a shorter amount of time. It all came down to the patient's ability to release the pain, to relax with the pain. Just like the Chinese finger trap, success came with resisting of the instinct of trying to pull away instead of relaxing into it. At one point in my life, I was working for a pharmaceutical company as a sales representative. And my customers were doctors who wrote prescriptions and also hospitals. And one of the products I sold was a highly effective muscle relaxant. And I remember in my sales pitch, I would explain how my product would break the pain cycle. Basically, when the muscle feels pain, it contracts. And when it contracts, it increases the pain, which causes it to contract. That happens with any kind of pain. There's a contraction. Some part of your body is contracting, and that contraction causes the pain neurons to refire. So the key to overcoming the pain is to relax into the pain. Don't fight it. Apply non-resistance and get inside the pain. Wrap your mind around the pain and then relax it. Of course, it takes lots of practice. It requires the ability to focus the mind, first of all, which most of us don't have because our lives don't require us to focus. We can easily live our entire lives without having to bring our minds under control. But if we want to learn to overcome pain that is part of everybody's life, then we need to learn to control our mind and focus. The upside of this work is it not only takes care of easing specific pains you might experience in your body, it will also enable you to eliminate the mental and emotional pain that are the result of uncomfortable situations you may find yourself in, relationships, work situations, whatever. And by learning to focus your mind and taking yourself into a space where you can overcome the pain, you are on your way to becoming a spiritual warrior. Yeah. Now, tomorrow we're going to continue this conversation on overcoming pain. Not only physical pain, but emotional and mental pain, as well as social and economic pain. Yeah, we're going to do that. So in the meantime, let's close with prayer. for bringing all of us together in this life so that we may become spiritual warriors and joining the work we have come here to do. Thank you for this space of awareness and a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationship to life and infinite intelligence. Thank you for showing us who we really are. We open our minds and hearts to the truth of our being. We are the children of God, of infinite intelligence. And because we are part of the greater whole, we are beginning to understand our value to the continuity of life on this planet. And as we become channels of your power, infinite intelligence, we can feel your presence within ourselves and within our lives more and more. Within our lives every day. We will rise because we are no longer cut off from you by being immersed in the darkness of fear, anger, and the pain of unforgiveness. So we're now restoring our connection through the grace of forgiveness, knowing that as we learn to forgive ourselves for the pain we have caused to ourselves, and as we learn to forgive those who have inflicted pain upon us, our connections will grow stronger, and our lives will grow happier, healthier, and more prosperous. And for this, we are truly grateful. As above, so below. As within, so without. And so it is. Amen. Okay, thank you for watching. Again, I'm Reverend Andrew Bozeman. Please use the thumbs up button below the video, and if you haven't already done so, I urge you to subscribe. That way, whenever we come on, whenever we post anything on the site, you will be notified. This is Monday, February 15th, and tomorrow we will continue our discussion on the Chinese finger puzzle and how it relates to your life.